Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to Sky Sports, Man United most realistic destination for Jadon Sancho. Man United remain in talks with Jadon Sancho's representatives. Jadon Sancho wants his future resolved before the Euros. Sancho will cost us around £80 million, which is a reasonable fee. Jadon Sancho has Man United transfer hopes as Borussia Dortmund are looking for replacements. Not so long ago, Borussia Dortmund told Jadon Sancho that he can leave the club this summer, and Solskjaer made Sancho a transfer priority. Fabrizio Romano did say not so long ago that Man United are interested in Sancho, but there's been no official talks or bids yet. He said it is an open race. So yeah, Sancho to Man United is close, and he expects to complete a move to Old Trafford this summer. Chelsea have also been in for him, Liverpool were in for him, and Bayern Munich not so long ago entered the race. Sancho will be a very good signing for Manchester United. The reasons is because he'll dramatically improve us. He can create chances and he can score very good goals. He will exceed expectations in the Premier League. Predominantly a right winger, and he's got a very, very good friendship with Marcus Rashford. He talks to Marcus Rashford a lot. And he's still young, he's got a lot of development in him, so there are the reasons. Last summer, Sancho was our number one priority target. I thought we was going to get Sancho last summer because Sancho to Man United was extremely close. The personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed, and a contract had been agreed. But the reason we didn't get him is because we was reluctant to meet Borussia Dortmund's 108 million valuation. We was only willing to pay so much up front. Dortmund made it clear to us that we had until the 10th of August to sign the player. We missed out on that deadline, don't forget, so he did remain at Dortmund. Fabrizio Romano, who's a very reliable Italian journalist and close to Man United, he's spoken a lot about the Sancho saga, and so too has Bill's Christian Falk. Sancho has endured 4 years at Dortmund. Analysing the vast majority of his career at Dortmund, he's been very consistent. He's under contract with them until 2023, and Dortmund paid just £7 million for him from Man City back in 2017. He endured a couple of years at Man City, but the main explanation he left Man City is because he didn't get assured any first team opportunities. And before City, he was at Watford. He was at Watford from the age of 7 to the age of 14. Man United eye moves for Harry Kane, Declan Rice and Torres. Now I think Man United have got a good chance of signing Harry Kane. If he doesn't come to us, he will go to Man City. Now, Mauricio Pochettino could make a return to Tottenham. Could that convince Harry Kane to remain at Tottenham? Sky Sports recently said that Mauricio Pochettino is in talks with Tottenham over a return because he is unhappy at PSG. At one point, Mauricio Pochettino was linked with a managerial role at Man United. That's when Solskjaer was under serious pressure. Daniel Levy, Tottenham's chairman, he doesn't want Tottenham to sell Harry Kane. And the other week, Daniel Levy was furious with Harry Kane for going public with his desire to leave. Because Kane had an interview with Gary Neville regarding his future. Daniel Levy slapped a £200 million asking price on Kane. £200 million is a world record fee. Tottenham will get nowhere near £200 million. Initially, they wanted from between 120 to 150 million. I think the most they'll get is £120 million, no more. But the other week, it said that Harry Kane put a transfer request in. Obviously, he did say that he wants to win team trophies. He said that after Tottenham's Carabao Cup final defeat to Man City. You know, Tottenham have not won a trophy for like 13 years now. Man United, Man City and Chelsea have all been in contact with his representatives. Ryan Mason, who's Tottenham's interim manager at the moment, he dismissed suggestions that Harry Kane asked to leave. I think Tottenham said they're keen on a players plus cash deal. Gary Neville not so long ago named 3 players Man United could swap for Kane. That's Martial, Lingard and Daniel James. Chelsea launched a bid not so long ago. It says they was willing to offer Tammy Abraham and Kepa Arrizabalaga as part of a swap deal for Kane. Solskjaer is pushing for Man United to sign Kane. He said he's open to selling Martial to fund a move for Kane. Ian McGarry on the Transfer Window podcast said Man United are ready to double Harry Kane's wages to around £400,000 a week. And it said we would pay an 18 million signing on fee to compensate the loss of his earnings on his Tottenham contract. The reasons I'd take Kane at Manchester United is because he's regarded as one of the best strikers in the world. That's one reason. He's a prolific goal scorer. That's another reason. The third reason is he'd fit in our team perfectly. And of course, he's well Premier League proven. Man United still want the striker, despite Cavani signing a 1-year deal not so long ago. Kane has won the Golden Boot 3 times now. He's been a long-serving player at Tottenham. He's endured 17 years with them. Broke into their senior squad in 2009 and he came up their academy. He's got a contract with Tottenham until 2024. He's had loan spells before with Leyton Orient, Millwall, Norwich and Leicester. Manchester United are interested in Declan Rice. Darren Fletcher, our technical director, did say not so long ago that Declan Rice asked about Man United when he was on England international duty. Reports came out the other month saying that Declan Rice was interested in joining Man United and he asked Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw about life at Old Trafford. At one point he said West Ham would demand 100 million if they were to offload Declan Rice. They won't get £100 million. I think he could be available for around 50 million in the summer transfer window. And Solskjaer did agree with our recruitment team that Declan Rice would be the perfect signing for the club. The reasons I'd take Rice at Man United is because he'd be a good adequate replacement for Matic. He's well Premier League proven. He's predominantly a holding midfielder and can also be deployed as a centre half. And yeah, that's it. Rice has been at West Ham for like 7 years now. He's got a contract with them until 2024. By the way, Declan Rice is desperate for Jesse Lingard to seal a permanent transfer at West Ham. Pau Torres, Man United are interested in him. I've got to give him a lot of credit because he put a very, very good performance out in the Europa League final. Do you think Pau Torres would exceed expectations in the Premier League if he came? Do you think he'd complement Harry Maguire in our back line? Earlier on this year, it said that Man United were in advanced talks with Pau Torres. And it said we wanted to complete a deal before the Euros. Pau Torres has got like a £40-odd million release clause. He's got a contract with Villarreal until 2024. He's been at Villarreal for a long time, came up their academy and that. He did have a loan spell though at Malaga. Man United is still in search for a centre-half despite Eric Bailly signing a new contract not so long ago. So yeah. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants 4 new signings in the summer transfer window. Our board will back Solskjaer with a new 3-year contract and summer signings. The board have promised Solskjaer 4 new signings. This is despite our loss in the Europa League final. Solskjaer has not yet won a trophy as Manchester United manager. We haven't won a trophy for 4 years. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. It wasn't a successful season for Manchester United, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has accepted that. Despite us losing the Europa League final, I'm still Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in for now. He does deserve another season at the football club. Solskjaer is aware that next season is going to be massive for him. Because next season he's got to exceed expectations if he is to remain Man United manager. Because if we start next season badly, then the pressure will be back on him. Obviously, there is some Man United fans that are Ollie out, reflecting on that loss in the Europa League final to Villarreal. But I presume there's still quite a lot of United fans that are Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in, and they believe that he needs more time. Ole has now endured 2 full seasons at the club, and he's been in charge of Man United for around 29 months. So that means he's been in charge for over 2 years. It isn't long now until the summer transfer window opens. It opens on the 9th of June, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware how huge the summer transfer window is going to be for himself and Man United in general. It's very, very imperative that Solskjaer gets the players he wants to recommend in. But I am expecting to get the backing he deserves, with obviously what the Glazers have recently come out and said. And plus we've got John Murtough, he's our director of football. We've got Darren Fletcher, he's our technical director. And we've also got Matt Judge. And he's been part of the club for a long time. But the summer transfer window will be Ole's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. If we recruit well in the summer transfer window, I think we've got a chance of the title next season. We will obviously want to challenge for the title next season. That's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's aim. We're going to focus on the outgoings in the summer transfer window as well as the incomings. Solskjaer did recently say there may not be many outgoings. I've got to give Solskjaer credit though, despite us losing that final, because I didn't expect him to do as well as he has done. I think he has done well to say the current squad he inherited, when he got appointed in as Man United manager. Obviously, he has got rid of a lot of players, but he's still inheriting some players from other managerial eras. Solskjaer in his second full season, he got us to the Europa League final, so you've got to credit him for that. That was his first major final as Man United manager. He also got us a second place finish in the Premier League. So you can see progress was made from his first full season. We went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League, which is a record. Got us to the FA Cup quarter-final, also got us to the EFL Cup semi-final. Did well in his first full season at the club. Guided us to 3 semi-finals and got us a third place finish. He has made good signings as Man United manager. So far, he has spent almost £300 million. He's also got rid of a lot of players since he come in, like I just mentioned. And I like the way he has promoted the youth. And another thing I've got to credit Solskjaer for is that when he got appointed in as Man United manager, he assured that everybody would get their chances to express themselves, including the young players, and more or less everybody has been given their chances. But in a way, I trust this process with Solskjaer. But if things do start to go wrong next season, then I will probably start being on his back again. If he doesn't win a trophy next season, he's definitely got to go. So yeah, there's positives regarding him. We did appoint him in December 2018 to replace Mourinho, and he's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. We're given the job permanently a couple of years ago, reflecting how well he did as the interim manager. Ed Woodward, he's still at the club at the moment, but he's going to be standing down at the end of the year because it got announced earlier on this season that he resigned as Manchester United vice chairman. I presume all United fans were happy with the news regarding Woodward because we've been critical of him for a long time. Woodward has had a 16-year association with Man United. The Glazers are obviously still at the club, but obviously there was a lot of protesting going on against the Glazers at Old Trafford not so long ago. The reasons we've got to get the Glazers out of the club is because they've put us in so much debt. And in general, I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time. The Glazers bought Man United for $500 million back in 2005. And they have been at the club 16 years. As you all know, Joe Glazer will be attending the Fans Forum on the 4th of June. Not so long ago, Joe Glazer wrote a letter to Man United fans, and Avram Glazer refused to apologise over the European Super League. At the beginning of May, Solskjaer did say that the Glazers apologised to him, because Solskjaer did say that the violent incidents went too far. But he says the club need to take notice of the fans, because you can understand the fans' frustration. And not so long ago, Ollie was angry with Gary Neville over the Man United protests. He had a lot to say on it. He did say at one point the Glazers could be forced to sell Man United, but for only £4 billion. Before that, he said that the Glazers have got no intentions of selling the club. Joe Glazer did release a statement apologising to club fans over the European Super League plans. So there you go. But I've got to say, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is our best manager since Ferguson. You know, he's our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson. The 3 managers we've sacked since Ferguson was David Moyes, we sacked Louis van Gaal, and we also sacked Jose Mourinho. And we're not even really known as a sacking football club. You know, we haven't only had different managers with different philosophies. You know, we've overpaid for players in recent years, and our recruitment in general has been very, very poor. Mistakes have been made in the last 8 years, and that's why we've been nowhere near as consistent as we'd like to have been. We've only won 4 trophies as well since Ferguson retired, so that just justifies how inconsistent Man United have been. We spent over £1 billion in the last 8 years. We brought around 37 players in since Ferguson retired. And I think a lot of the players we've brought in haven't been the right calibre players for Man United. But there again, maybe there's some players we brought in who did well and we should have kept them. We shouldn't have let them go. But we're never going to be the team that we was under Sir Alex Ferguson. No one's going to replicate what he did, and no one's going to last as long as he did. You know, Ferguson endured, 26 years at Man United, won 30-odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. So reflecting on that, Ferguson brought success to the club, but Fergie didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Good job he didn't get sacked any time in that 4-year period, or wouldn't have had any success. You know. By the way, there will be another video coming up after this. I'll be giving you Man United season player ratings. A lot of players will stay at Manchester United in the summer transfer window, and I reckon there's quite a few players that have got long-term futures at the club. I think Henderson will stay with us. Luke Shaw will stay with us. Maguire will stay with us. Obviously, Bailly's staying with us because he signed a new contract not so long ago. Lindelof will stay with us, but he hasn't got a long-term future at the club. Probably Tuanzebe will stay with us. And Wan-Bissaka will stay with us. Pogba, not too sure about him, but I hope he stays. Fred, he'll probably stay with us as well, but he hasn't got a long-term future. McTominay will stay with us. Fernandes will stay with us. He said not so long ago that Bruno Fernandes is set to sign a new contract at Man United. He said he's close to agreeing a new £200,000 a week deal. Mason Greenwood will also stay with us. You know, he's done very, very well since he broke into our first team squad. Rashford will stay with us, and obviously we know Cavani is staying for next season. The players I think should go, like I've already gone through with you, is De Gea. I give you the news on De Gea earlier on today. There has been talks of a swap deal between David De Gea and Jan Oblak. Obviously, to solve our number one crisis, Atletico Madrid value Jan Oblak at £70 million. I think he'd be a good replacement for De Gea. But the right decision to get rid of De Gea because he's now had his years at Man United. I think we need to get rid of Romero. I think we also need to get rid of Lee Grant. We need to get rid of Phil Jones. We also need to loan Brandon Williams out, you know, so he can gain more experience and he can get a lot more opportunities because Williams is our third choice left back. We'll be looking to get rid of Delors permanently. We'll be looking to get rid of Andres Pereira permanently. Get rid of Matic. Get rid of Juan Mata. I think Juan Mata's going to be going anyway. And I think we need to offload Anthony Martial. So now, guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.